You know, I'm kind of torn on Recreators. It's the rare reverse isekai where a bunch of media characters come to the real world. And on one hand, it's refreshing to not watch the same slop in yet another flavor. And while the creations, as they're called in the show, do feel tropey, that's kind of the idea here, since they are characters from stories. And watching them try to make peace with that, whether they embrace or reject it, is one of the more engaging aspects of the show. And seeing how their worlds and their ideals clash with ours is very interesting. Like, take for example the magical girl. In her world, when she has a fight, there's not really any real consequences. No one gets hurt or bleeds. Maybe a building gets destroyed, but there's no collateral or casualties. But when she fights in the real world and goes all out and uses people get hurt, there's real consequences, and that really shakes her. Not that. And the relationship between the creations and their creators is also varied. Some see their creator as a god and question why something so omnipotent would let the horrible things that happen to them happen, right? Like the Night Lady in her world wrought with war and struggle. Genuinely just questioning her creator of, why would you write this? Why would you do this to me? And the creator, of course, firing back with, well, you're meant to overcome it. Stuff like that. While others would rage at their creator for having their struggles be mere entertainment in our world. And some simply view their creators as fate with a personality, and seeing how they all interact is one of the better parts of the show. Also, the fights are sick. The 3D, especially on the mechs, is a little jarring, sure, but like, everything else looks really good. And the choreography really shines through. Dude, especially in the birdcage fights, there were a couple moments where, like, the stand user guy, not the one with the sunglasses, but his friend, where I was like, holy shit, how'd you come up with this? That's insane. Also, the soundtrack is done by Sawano. It doesn't stand out from his other works, but it's still good. And it still hits when, like, during the fights the lyrics come in. The openings are both decent. I like the second one more, just because it says the name of the show in it. We'll talk about that probably later this year. The endings are both really nice. The second one has cute visuals. Oh, and the recap episode is actually really silly and fun. Instead of just like a slideshow of what happened so far, like other shows, it's narrated by the mage lady, and she is hella biased the entire time.
こうして全宇宙の宝というべき私によって世界消滅の危機は回避された。人々は今日という日を永遠にその記憶に留め、私をかたどった土産物を売り、私の名を冠した休日を作るだろう。めでたしめでたし。さあ、レクリエイターズはこれにて終了。帰った帰った。
I do have a few main problems with the show though. First is that the fights are very few and far between. You do get interrupted fairly frequently, or sometimes in the case of the delinquent guy and the old man, they just get built up to with no payoff. Another is holy yapathon, dude. This show is the definition of tell not show. Literally everyone has an entire light novel's worth of dialogue. Some of it has meaning, but the rest could have been like an email. And if you zone out for even a second while they're explaining something, God help you. You will miss the only important bit. And honestly, the creators, when they're not interacting with their creations, were the weakest part of the show for me. Like, seeing them actually do things and interact is cool, but they spend most of the series as like bystanders at best. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they should pull up on Altair, but they're built up as super important just so they can kind of watch things happen. Especially the main character. Like, genuinely, there's points, especially at the start, where I'm like, why is bro here? He eventually does do more than just react, but man, he feels forced in the first half. Also, he kind of just brings back the dead at the end. Like, a brother man writes his dead friend as a character, and that works? A lot of things just don't make sense. Like, Altair doesn't make sense at all. Like, I know she's written to not make sense, right? She's supposed to break the rules or whatever. But, it's kind of hard to follow sometimes when she can literally just do anything. Overall, I did like Recreators. The message at the end about continuing to create really hit home. And I had fun watching it despite its flaws. I'd give it like an 8.5. Next week we'll be looking at 91 Days. I wanted to watch this on April 1st since it's 91 days into the year, but the Mars of Destruction bit was funnier. Anyway, until then, I'm a man who's yet to create anything, and this was Recreators. Thanks for watching.